Hello, everyone. Welcome to Golgoroth's podcast. I am the Eater of Worlds, and I'm with Demona, the Eater of Blood. And we're gonna end. Oh, we're not doing that bit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow. Whew. Okay, I feel like it must be Halloween or a Friday the 13th. Something weird has just happened. There's a poltergeist in the system. I think we were talking to a demon there. Wow, okay, let me just take a breath here. Hello, everyone.
Sam, can you hear me? Sam?
Cody,
Sam,
are you there? Hello? Did you hear that?
Did you hear that? What was that?
Well, I think it was a creature of darkness. I
Possibly.
really don't know. Destroyer of worlds, eater of worlds. I don't know. Not really familiar with such things. I don't know.
Yeah, that was very strange.
I mean, you are using a new camera today, so hey, looking good. But maybe it let in something cursed. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I haven't been wanting to tell you, but every now and then the sheets behind you kind of rise up real funny. It's getting kind of spooky lately, though.
That's probably just Aloy fooling around back there. So, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 12 of the Geek Heart Games podcast. Is it not 12?
I think it's 13.
What do my notes say? I should have checked this before we started. Oh, hey, everybody. It's episode 13. How fitting. If only... Oh, it is a Friday that we're recording.
Oh.
So no wonder
Yeah, we're talking
Golgoroth.
about Friday the 13th later.
Oh my god. It's to be expected that Golgoroth would show up. Okay. We're off to a great start. I'm Sam Suvak. This is Cody.
I'm Cody.
Hello.
How's it going?
This is the worst intro ever. But what do you expect when a demon butts in and just like goes crazy?
Right.
I mean, we should probably hire an exorcist and just kind of, or at least do one of those like sage burning cleansing of the houses things. Just to...
Small tangent. So I watch a lot of ghost shows every now and then, and I always am like, you really think the sage burning's gonna like do anything? Like, what's happening there? Like,
I mean,
doesn't make a lot of sense.
How would you know, Cody?
Okay, so interesting story. When I went to college, I had a dorm room, and it was haunted. I think I've told you this.
I don't think you have.
So every now and then, I would take a nap, like in between classes, and I would feel like a presence by my bed. And I always just thought it was my roommate Zach, and he was just messing with me. So one time I was like, "Hey man, did you get out of class early? Why'd you come like stay next to my bed for a bit?" He was like, "No, but now that you mention it, I always think you're home from classes early, and you're sitting by my bed." I'm like, "Oh, that's weird. Okay, whatever." And so one night I'm like, where I was laying, I could see the bathroom door across from my bed. And one night I just see the bathroom door opening and closing. And I was like, Zach, what are you doing in the bathroom and why you keep opening and closing the door? Like, is it smelling there or something? And it's pitch black in the room because it's like 4 a.m. And he's like, dude, I'm in bed. And I was like, oh, crap. So I hop on the web and I'm, looking around like, oh, has anybody died at Southeastern? I shouldn't really say the name, but whatever. That's the name of this college I went to for a little bit. Turns out a lot of people have died here, like a lot. So we were haunted. So this all culminated when one night we were talking, and I look over, and he has a desk next to his bed, and there's a black figure, like a shadow almost, sitting in the chair, and it's just staring at him, like I could make it out. And I was like, nope. So I got on the internet again, and it was like, oh, you should put salt on the window because it forces ghosts to leave. So what did we do? We went to Walmart, we bought some salt, we put it on the window, and the best part of the story, though, the RA for my floor came like a week later and was like, oh, hey, y'all got ghosts? And I'm like, oh no, we got rid of those. We put salt in the windowsill. He's looking at me, he's like, I meant Call of Duty Ghosts, like the video game. And I was like, oh, we're just messing with you, man. There's no ghosts. So yeah, that's my run-in with ghosts at college, and it was such a time. It was a very, very scary week or so that we had a ghost in our dorm.
So you didn't have the ghost at all after you put the salt out?
Nope. Everything stopped. Like, doors stopped moving. There was no shadow figures. We never felt a presence around us ever again. So,
well, then if you know for a fact that salt works, why are you such a naysayer on the sage? Is what I want to know.
You know, that's an excellent point.
Yeah.
I don't even know where you buy sage, but
I don't either.
A sage farm, maybe.
I'm sure there's like, I don't know.
This show's been going great so far. Just so we understand.
Oh my god. So let's get to some show business. First order of business, which I'm pretty excited about. We now have Geek Games shirts, which I can kind of show you right here. This is not the best view. It's okay.
Plant your feet. Plant your feet. There you go.
I don't want to move this chair. Okay. So yeah, we've got shirts. We've got a little storefront on teespring.com. And right now we just have a few different versions of like the logo. We haven't really talked about it. I want to make some fun ones. Like Cody, I want to get a picture of you with like a real angry face and like make a Cody's Corner of Rage shirt.
That's gonna be the most popular one. Everyone's gonna want to buy those.
Yeah. So we'll add to stuff as we get options, but yeah, I'm excited that we have it, mostly because I wanted a shirt. So I was like, might as well make it up there. Anyone can get one if they want. So we'll make a link for it. That'll be geekheartgames.com/shirts. And that'll be your quick and easy way to go check out our shirts. Buy one if you want. It's cool. If you have an idea for something you'd like to see on a shirt, let us know and we'll see if that's something we can put together. We're not making any promises though. So we'll see what happens. But all right, that's what I'm excited about. Cody, I believe there's something you're excited about that's coming up.
Yes. So we have E3 coming up, and next week we're doing an E3 prediction show where if you would like your prediction or wacky idea that you have a game you think is going to come out or be announced at E3, we would like to hear it. So if you email us at contact@geekheartgames, we will read it out on the show. You can also send it to us on Twitter. We're at geekheartgames. Yeah. So we'll be having our own little crazy predictions. I got some wild ones.
And it doesn't have to be a prediction. It can just be like, in your wildest dream, what would you want? Even if you don't think it's going to come true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So do we also want to talk about how we are going to do some E3 coverage now?
Well, I guess we do now.
Yeah, I guess we are. We are also going to have some live streams during some of the conferences. We'll have a full schedule.
To be clear, we're going to attempt to do some live streams. We've never done this before where we stream what's going on, but then also us as well. So it'll be a learning experience. I feel like we can probably do it, but that's our goal anyway.
So yeah, we'll just have it. We'll have it playing in the background. And both of us will be talking. We'll be silent like during the announcements, but then we'll talk about them after they happen. So if you want to be in the Twitch chat with us, we'll have links available when it happens.
Yeah. So that's exciting. So that's 2 exciting things. I mean, you need like a third exciting thing to round it out, right?
Hell yeah.
He was nodding. Okay, thank you. Okay. So number 3 on our excitement list today is we just finished up our Geek is the New Black, a Way Out Let's Play series. So our finale episode came out this last Friday. And we had a lot of fun playing this game. There's a lot that we need to talk about on this game. We're going to do spoiler-free for the first part as much as we can. And then when we get to the part where we just have to spoil it to talk about it, we'll give you a big clear warning. And then the show notes will have timestamps so that you can skip over it if you have not played it. Because you probably don't want to get spoiled if you think you might ever play this game. And it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Cody, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, so A Way Out came out. The I want the writer Joseph Fares. You may know him from the Game Awards, where he said "F the Oscars." Um,
He's lively.
EA, yeah, EA produced it, and it was a lot of fun. Like I had a blast with the game. They when we first started playing, I was just like, all right, this is pretty cool. But as like,
First off, let's just say this is a $30 game. You have to play 2 players, but you can play couch co-op or you can play online co-op. And if you're playing online, only one person has to have purchased the game. The other person can play for free as long as one person has the game purchased, which is really cool. I don't know if a game has ever done that before, but it makes it awesome. They wanted it to be a complete co-op experience, and just the way the game is built and what it does. I mean, it has to be the 2 of you together, and like you just build your relationship as you play it, and it's so good. So please continue.
Yeah, so like as the story starts, I was like, this is pretty good, but like as you play through and everything you do, and you're just like, wow, I really like this game. Like there's a lot of stuff happening here. Combat's actually pretty fun in it. There's a bunch of mini games throughout the entire thing. There's quick time events, and like it just kind of feels like an all around a great package for $30 because like not a lot of games have everything that this game has. Like there's a very compelling story going on, and once we get the spoilers, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, so, and I mean, like you were saying, there's like quick time events, which I generally don't necessarily care for those, but the way that they were employed in this game, because I think you mentioned while we were playing it, that the whole thing feels like an action movie. So these action sequences, when you have to do the quick time events, they just feel so natural, and they give you, I'd say, plenty of time to really get it. And it just like, you're in the middle of a fight and you're just having to push the buttons and you're just kicking ass. And then the way the camera will transition, because normally you've got a split screen like you're looking at us right now. But then depending on what's going on with the action, sometimes like one screen will slide over and like push the other one out, or sometimes it'll just switch and you're like both on the screen together, all as one image. But what's really cool is in some of the intense action sequences, like it would show Cody's character fighting someone, and then like he'd fling that guy and the camera would follow him. It would come over to like where I'm fighting with a different guy, and so just like the transitions between who's in frame and what's happening were really good.
Yeah. Yes, I guess we should talk about like, so there are 2 main characters, Leo and Vincent, and you both meet in prison. And you don't like each other at first, but as the story progresses, you kind of...
To be fair, Leo doesn't like Vincent because Leo's a little bit of a jerk. When you start to play, Vincent was being very polite to him, and Leo was not wanting to be friends. But no, so when you get ready to start the game, you can pick which character you want to play as, and they have like little character traits for each one. And like, I don't remember what they were exactly, but like they were perfect for me and Cody.
Oh yeah.
Because like I was playing as Vincent, and he was like, you know, like thinking things out, and like I don't remember, like meticulous and like kind of maybe uptight a little bit or something. And then Cody, what was Leo's stuff?
Joker.
Yeah.
And arrogant. I forget the third one. A
hothead or something. Like he could lose his temper or something.
Yeah, and I was like, feels pretty much like me. Okay, we'll go with this.
There's something about like him being like entertaining or like fun or something. I guess that was the Joker part. I don't know, but yeah. Also, I mean, just for the record, let's go ahead and say it. Leo has a real big nose. And I mean, I commented on.
All right, Ron Swanson, calm it down.
So Vincent does not look like Ron Swanson, for the record.
Vincent looks like Ron Swanson.
For some reason, Cody thinks he did. He clearly had a goatee. He did not have a Ron Swanson mustache. So there was no reason to make him... Okay, I don't care. He did not look like Ron Swanson.
Kind of look like Ron Swanson.
Regardless. Where were we even going with that?
We were just talking about the main characters.
We meet in prison.
Yeah, so you meet in prison, and you don't like each other at first, but like you kind of realize like you have to work together.
Well, we got into a fight, Actually, I think Leo got himself into a fight, and then Vincent came to kind of help him out, and that's how they kind of started to be friends after that.
Yeah. So you kind of find out you both have a common goal, and as you play through the game, you're working towards that common goal, and then at the end, the goal is achieved, and then a very like we're going down this path, and then there's just a turn, and this is where we're probably gonna start talking about spoilers.
No, you're like jumping a lot of stuff. So, all right. So one thing.
Hey, we have a video series about this where I'm not doing a play-by-play. You can watch the play-by-play.
I just have a few more things I want to say to entice people. Okay. So. In A Way Out, you think it's called A Way Out because you're trying to break out of prison, right? Now, that's similar to a TV show called Prison Break that came out, many years ago. It was a good show. Well, here's the thing. I liked it up until they got out of prison. Because then after they got out of prison, that show wasn't very good anymore. Because it's like the whole thing was them trying to get out of prison. That's the name of the show, Prison Break, right? So I was like, well, once they get out, But, let me tell you, A Way Out, I mean, I guess it's not... Oh, I guess that's gotta be a spoiler. Is that a shit?
Is it a spoiler that they break out of prison? I don't think so.
Is it not? Okay. All right. So here's the thing. You get out of... you make it out of prison, and then so much interesting stuff happens after that. Like, it's way better than just the stuff that was when you were in prison. Like, the way the story goes, it does really unexpected things, and it's so good. I did not expect that. And like, I thought that the whole game was just going to be us trying to get out of prison. So like, when we got out, I was like, oh, is the game going to be over now? I'm like, no, there's still a lot to do.
Yeah.
I guess.
Let's talk about that for a fast. So going in, you just thought this entire game was going to be about like getting out of prison.
Yeah.
I had a kind of similar thing. I figured there'd be there'd be an apple that we had to chase and getting out of prison.
An apple that you have to chase.
What is the analogy? There's like a
you dangle
a carrot. It's a carrot on a stick, and like after we get out of prison, we have to go get the carrot on the stick. Apple on a tree. I don't know, man. And so I assume that's how the game would go, and that's no. I think like we need to move to spoilers. Just talk about a couple things, but you don't spend that long in prison. You spend a decent amount of time, but
yeah. Well, and there were a few times where I'm like, oh, we're about to get out of prison. It's like, nope, we're not. We need to go do something else before we can get out. So it was lively. Yeah. It was good. So, all right. So we're gonna move into spoilers. It'll probably only be a few minutes. I don't know.
Do like 3 minutes.
Well, here's what you're going to do. You're going to pause this. You're going to go look at the show notes, and that's going to tell you the timestamp for when we stop. And I'll make it like after we stop, we'll be like, okay, so now we stop spoilers. And so we'll talk for like a few seconds about that to give you plenty of time once you get there, so you won't get any spoils. But let me just say, it's really good to just not be spoiled. If you think you want to play this game, just try not to let yourself get spoiled. Just go enjoy it and have a good time. Wait, we already... there's really fun trophies that are stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just like random stuff like I got a trophy for like letting this bird go free out of the warden's office one time.
Yeah.
And there's just random things like that. So it's not really like skill-based stuff that you have to do or like hard. It's just like fun little random things. There's a mini game where you play musical instruments. Apparently if we'd played it in sync for a certain amount of time, we would have got a trophy. But when we did it, we were not in sync for long enough.
Oh.
So yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so now we're going to switch to spoilers in just a few seconds. So that they probably already stopped the first time we said spoilers. So
some people have a radio like across the kitchen. They got to run from the kitchen. They were making themselves a nice sandwich, and they're
running right now. They're going la 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 la, trying not to hear. So, but I think they've had time now. So okay. All right, Cody.
Holy shit. Okay. So you're playing this game, right? You're like, all right, Leo and Vincent, we're going to kill a guy. We killed a guy, right? And then just complete 180 turn, and they're like, we're doing spoilers. Like, I don't know why I'm like trying to be coy. So at the beginning of the game, Leo makes a comment to Vincent about not being a cop, right? And Vincent's like, no, what? The dirty liar. Vincent was a cop the entire time, working to take down this guy named Harvey. And that's the entire point of the game is you get out of jail and you're both hunting this guy named Harvey because he's wronged you both in different ways. And just when like everything starts connecting, I was like, no way, this is crazy.
Well, and what's so brutal about this is that you spent the whole time with Leo and Vincent just becoming closer and closer, and they becoming such good friends. Everything they've gone through together. Leo has been giving Vincent all of this advice about how to handle his wife, because his wife is not happy with him right now. She's actually just has a baby, and like Leo is good with his wife and his son, and so he's like trying to help him give family advice for how to like make it back up to his wife and like get his relationship back in order. So I mean, they've got this really emotional bond that they've developed over time, and then you get to this point and you're like, oh shit, this is like the ultimate betrayal, and it's like a sucker punch to you.
And then everything that follows, like, so there's two endings to this game, and one is where Leo dies and one is where Vincent dies, and both of them are very emotional. Like, whew.
Cody
This
was
game,
crying.
like, oh, I got teared up. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is something. So going into this game, I did not have like any expectations. I was just like, a fun co-op game to play. We'll make a series out of it. I think this is, no matter what, going to be in my top 3 games of this year, because this was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
wow, like what a story they told. And like the entire, and like I like the aspect of how like you're working together the entire game, and in the last section of the game you were working against each other. I think that's an interesting turn to take in a video game. It's a great mechanic because like it becomes pretty much 1v1 first-person shooter, and it was a lot of fun. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, if it comes down to Sam versus Cody in a one-on-one, it's clear who's gonna win. So once that happened, I was like, well, I guess Vincent's in for some trouble, because I'm not gonna make it out of this one. But I was disappointed because you get to the part where somebody has to shoot somebody else, and like you don't have an option to not shoot them. And we both clearly felt that could have been other solutions to this conflict. Like, they didn't have to kill each other, because what's really brutal is one of them shoots the other one, and then as they're dying, they still have like this real emotional moment together. When Vincent's dying, he gives Leo this letter that he wrote to his wife, and then when Leo's dying, Vincent just holds his hand so that he doesn't have to die alone. And it's just like, oh my god, like, why did you have to shoot each other? Like, you know that even though this happened, like, they still care for each other. So it was heart-wrenching, but very well done. So
yeah, great story. I hope we see another game like this very soon from Joseph Harris, because this actually makes me want to go back and play. He did another game called Brothers: Tale of Two Sons. I want to go try that.
I tried that. I did not care for it.
Oh, is it?
Do you know?
Can you play it single player?
Yes, the mechanic for. All right, let's say we're gonna end spoilers here. Spoilers are done?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 10 out of 10, great game.
Yes, agreed. 10 out of 10, great game. Spoilers are done. We're going to move on. Real quick, we're going to talk about Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, I think is what it's called, which was the game Joseph Fares made before A Way Out. So the mechanic in this one, it's a single-player game, but you've got the two brothers, and one joystick controls one brother, and one joystick controls the other. So you're controlling both of them at the same time, and you have to like do things like this one brother will come over here and release this lever so this other brother can go across the bridge and then find something to hold it down so this other brother can get back, which sounds cool, but good God, it's hard. Like, one brother was always like running into a wall for me. I'm like, no, come on. It's so hard to like manage your two joysticks that way. So
maybe I will not go back and play that game. But
actually, so
still.
it's on. You have your PS3 still, right? Oh.
No. Why would I have that? We have upgraded.
I don't get rid of consoles ever. Just FYI.
Who are you? I'm just kidding.
I don't know. But anyway, PS3 has a free demo of Brothers, which is how I played it. And I mean, I recommend everyone try it because it's a neat, different type of thing. So if you have your PS3 still, give it a go because you might as well, right?
Yeah.
All right. That was A Way Out. You can watch it at geekheartgames.com/YouTube. We've got the full series of that. It's some fun episodes. I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah.
But you know, if you haven't played it, if you think you're gonna play it, you know, maybe just watch like the first couple and then go play it, and then you can watch the rest if you want. But there's gonna be some spoilers there if you watch all the way to the end. So, all right, let's talk about what else we've been playing. Real quick, let's just have a quick little maybe it's a Cody's Corner of Rage moment, because there was something we were gonna play to talk about today, and it didn't work out. Cody.
So I've been super excited to play Mario Tennis Aces, and they were like, "Oh, we're doing a demo on the 24th." What they should have said was the demo is going to go up on the store on the 24th, and you have to wait a week to play the demo. Because you download the demo and everything says like this service is unavailable at the moment. So yeah,
it's just brutal. It's like why
tease me like that? You know,
I mean, like PlayStation, you can pre-download it and it just says this will be playable at this time. It doesn't let you open it. Mario Tennis lets you open it, lets you click around in there, being like, oh, can I do this? No, you can't do that. Can I do this? No, you can't do that. Can I read the rules? Sure, you can read the rules. Here's what happens. Yeah. So you can like read the text about how stuff works. But you sure can't play anything right now. And it doesn't have anything in game to tell you that you can't play it yet. I had to Google it and it said June 1st is when that's gonna be actual playable. And here's the thing. Yes, it's nice that they give you time to preload it. I downloaded it when I got home. It took 3 minutes. So you don't need a week to pre-download this demo. That's fine. That's fine. Cody, why don't you tell me about something that has been fun to play?
Oh, so continuing our talk last week from Destiny 2's Warmind expansion. So I finally got together with a group. I used the Bungie LFG on their website. Really handy if you're looking for raids or nightfalls or escalation protocol like I did. So we got to group together of 9 Guardians, and we did escalation protocol, and like, oh my gosh, so much fun. I think there's some issues, which I'll get to in a second, but the entire time it was just like this big camaraderie. There's 9 of us, and we're like working together to take down all these bosses, all these hive enemies, and it was a lot of fun. And like, so each week there's 3 exclusive weapons, and then there's an exclusive set of armor. To get the weapons, you just have to kill the boss. And so far, the first week had the shotgun, second week had an SMG, and the third week had a sniper rifle. So because this is the third week, I've gotten a sniper rifle. The next 2 weeks, you can get any of the 3 guns. It's random from the enemies, the final boss. So that was really cool. I was like, okay, I got the sniper rifle, so now I'm just looking for the shotgun and the SMG. To get the armor...
Hold on, would it give you the same gun twice, maybe, if you already had it? Because that happens.
Yes, there's a possibility I would get a...
I would be pissed if I did it twice and got the same gun twice.
Yes, so that'll be a possibility the next 2 weeks. But yeah, so... But that's different with the armor. So the armor, you have to get these cache keys, which you can get by doing strikes, by doing adventures.
Oh. Yeah, that's the important thing to remember. You have to have your freaking cache keys before you go do escalation protocol. Because we were talking about this, I was like, I would also be really pissed if I beat escalation protocol and then found out I didn't have enough keys to cash in on the armor.
So you get the key frag, they're called like fragments, I'm pretty sure, and you go turn them in to Anna Bray. She gives you the key, and then you get to charge that key by completing waves of escalation protocol.
There's so much you have to do.
There's some steps here, but the good thing about it is when you get to the end, when you defeat level 7, chest spawns, you open it, and you will never get the same set of armor. So like it goes in order. You get the class item. So for my Titan, I got the Titan butt towel. What is it actually called? Titan Mark.
Is it Titan Mark?
Titan Mark. Yes. And I think next is chest, and then it's arms, and then it's legs, and it's helmet. It's last. So you're gonna get 1 key per week. So like it's kind of a time gated thing there. So this week's like final boss is a giant ogre, but he has like a big pimple on his back. That's the only place you can damage him. It's very graphic, I know.
Gross.
Yeah. So why this was a lot of fun for me was because I have a Sunbreaker Titan and a weapon called a tractor cannon. So what I can do is I can sprint in and shoulder charge the boss and apply a debuff called Melting Point, where now the boss takes double damage. But let's combine that with Tractor Cannon, which just got a buff, where if you hit an enemy with it, now they take double void damage. So you combine those two things together, then you have 4 Warlocks, all throwing Nova Bombs. You watch that thing melt, and it was awesome. A lot of fun. I do think there are some issues. They say that this is tuned for 3 Guardians at max light, and that they should be able to do this if they're well coordinated and well skilled. I don't agree with that. Yeah. We had 6 Guardians, all above 370, and we got to wave 6 by ourselves. Last night I did this, and I think we could have done wave 6, it's just we weren't being coordinated. But I think it's going to be, and there are people who've done this. There are people who've done a 3-man escalation protocol. They were cheesing, I believe, though, from what I've read. And each boss is different every week, so like some of them are going to be tougher to do 3 people. I just don't think. I think they need to accept that this is not a 3-person thing.
Yeah.
And allow you to bring a full raid team in there, because you're getting gear that's as good as the raid gear. So why not allow 6 people to go into this? This doesn't make any sense.
Well, because is 9 the maximum that you can have in the event?
Yeah, in the area. You can only have 9 people.
But like there's no way for those 9 people to communicate with each other, right?
So you kind of have to cheat the system, and because it's tough as you can't, so you only bring in a fire team of 3, right? So let's say you have 9 people. So that means you need 3 different fire teams.
Yeah.
So that means you have to load in, ask random people, hey, can we use your fire team? Can you invite our 2 friends? And then you can leave, and we'll invite the 3rd person, another fire team. You got to do that twice. And that can create some issues, because there are people who are not being nice, not being like, hey, can we please do this? Oh, do you want to run with us? Yeah. They're just being like, hey, give us your fucking fire team and get the hell out. And that's caused a lot of toxicity on the Reddit and all that. So, and Bungie can solve this just by allowing people to make bigger groups. Like, this is a social game. Let people be social. And I'll constantly be doing escalation protocol. Like, I'll always be trying to do it. But I do fear that like people who want to do it but are taking a long time to level up and get max light, when by the time they can do it, it'll be too late. They won't be able to do it. Because there's 3 guns, and then there's a set of armor. After that, it's just kind of you're doing it for fun, I guess, or to get maybe masterwork versions of the armor. I'm not sure if you can get those from the drops. So yeah, I mean, it's hard content, so it's fun when you can defeat it. But yeah, I don't agree with the whole like let's limit everything, and I think they should just let people be free, let them do what they want. But yeah, so Escalation Protocol is a lot of fun. I got the sniper rifle. I got the butt towel. Sniper rifle is really cool. I know you really hate when I say butt towel. You cringe every time I say it.
It's just surprising.
That's what people call it in Destiny 1, and I remember. And then so like when someone was like, "Oh, what did you get?" I was like, "Oh, I got the butt towel," and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, I guess that's not a Destiny 2 thing anymore." The sniper rifle has a exclusive perk. It's the only sniper rifle in the game with it, called box breathing. And as what it is if you aim in with the gun and don't shoot for a while, you'll get a buff called box breathing, and you have better target acquisition and you deal more precision damage. And then sniper also has triple tap, so if you hit 3 precision shots in a row, you get a bullet loaded back in the chamber. So you kind of want to let box breathing start, get the triple tap, get an extra bullet in the chamber, and hopefully get a cycle of that going. So
cool.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We'll try to get the Geek Guardians together. Which, hey, by the way, we have a Destiny 2 clan, and we're almost level 2. If you want to join, let me know. Hit me up on Twitter, @Cody. We want to make Geek Guardians something big. Having a lot of fun.
Also, I've said this before, you can just go to Bungie.net and search clans for Geek Guardians and request to join.
Or do that.
You don't have to ask Cody. You can just, although he will have to approve you, but you can do it that way too. There's lots of ways to join us. For the record, I have still not done Escalation Protocol. Don't see it happening anytime soon. So there's that. It's fine. One thing that I've been playing instead of Destiny, which I've still been playing a lot of Destiny. Excuse me, I got into the Onrush open beta that was going on this last weekend, and Onrush is it's not a car racing game because like you're not trying to get to a finish line first. It's like a car combat game. So like kind of like Mad Max Fury Road, where you just had these epic car chase battle stuff. That's kind of what this game is, although like the cars are just kind of like normal cars. They don't have the cool Mad Max car decorations that, you might like. But it was a little bit compared to Overwatch because like you've got different classes of cars and they have different abilities. So like the heroes from Overwatch have different abilities. So like I don't remember, like you got like your small fast car, like your more tankish car. You got a motorcycle, which I tried the motorcycle. It was horrible because I guess the motorcycle would be like the Tracer of this game and has very little health. So not good for me. But just it's somewhat similar to like Burnout Paradise because like your goal here is to drive around and try to like take out enemy cars, and when you like take stuff out or when you do jumps, it'll charge your boost, so that makes you go faster. And then there's like it's not a boost, it was some other, like I think it was your Onrush ability that like makes you, I think, shoot out, well I guess maybe some of them are different, but I think some of them like you shoot out fire as you go super fast. But there are 4 different game modes. One is just like you're driving along and you're trying to take out enemies, and like whichever team has the most takedowns, that's who's going to win. There's a mode where there's a timer for each team, and as one of your teammates goes through these gates, you get increased time, and so you just need to keep going through to keep getting time added to yours, and then also trying to like knock the enemies off course so that they can't go through the gate and so that their time runs out, and then whoever runs out of time first is the loser. Then there's a mode where, and I played those 2 modes first, there's a mode where there's like a hotspot area that'll be highlighted as you're driving, and you need to have your cars spend the most time in that hotspot. And then there's one mode that I think it's something like every time, a little bit like Mystery Heroes, like every time you die or your car explodes, whatever, you spawn back in as a different type of vehicle. I think it's called switch because you keep switching the vehicle types, but you only have like 3 switches, and then you're stuck in that type of car until you can take down another car, and then if they had switches that they hadn't used yet, you would get their switches. That's what I hear. Didn't play that one. I only played the first 2 modes. As you might know, I'm not the best at driving games. I've had my issues. So the first mode where you're just trying to do the takedowns, like I didn't do very well. Like I just couldn't seem to hit the enemies, Cody. It was the problem. So like I would catch up and then like I'd overshoot them, or like, I don't know, it just wasn't working out. But then I really liked the one with the gates because like that was just like a clear objective, and as long as I got through those gates and kept adding to time, I felt like I was doing a good job. So that was a lot of fun. There also are like bot enemies that you can take down, so you don't always have to take down an enemy team. You can like take down the AI, and those are mostly the ones that I took down. And then the one thing that it does really cool, it feels good while you're driving. It's like exciting, fun game, but like if you for some reason like fall too far behind the pack, it'll just be like, okay, we're spawning you back in the action, and it'll just take you and like teleport you back up into the action. So like you don't have to worry about like being bad at driving and like not being able to keep up with things, it keeps you in the action. And you've got like a pretty quick respawn. Like after you crash, it'll just take you to a screen where you can change the vehicle type if you want, but then you load right back in the action really quick. So I think it's a lot of fun for like, you know, keeping you in the action. But ultimately, it kind of made me just want to go play Burnout Paradise some more, because that was a really fun game. That's like my favorite car game. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Cody, you didn't play it, did you?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Was I supposed to?
No. I was just like,
Okay.
do you have any interest
Oh, that was
in it?
PC
Does it
only.
sound cool? No, it was on PS4. That's how I played it.
But I'm interested in it. Like you brought up Overwatch, and you know anything that's Overwatch related, I'll be down for. So, it sounds like a very interesting concept to have like a class-based racing game, and some of those game modes you talked about, I actually am kind of interested in. So,
Yeah.
if they do another beta, I'll definitely try to get in there and give it a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So what else? You're playing something on your Switch because you couldn't play Mario Tennis.
Yes. So I think a game came out about a week ago called Wizard of Legend. It is a side-scrolling dungeon crawler where you acquire different spells. They call them arcana.
Mhm.
Arcana. And so you're trying to kind of get a wide list of spells, because certain dungeons have certain types of enemies I found, and certain spells won't work. Like a fire spell won't work against a fire monster, obviously. And then I guess the ultimate goal is you're trying to go through a chaos trial, which is how you become the ultimate Wizard of Legend. And to do that, you need to have a wide variety of spells, or else you're not going to be able to get them through, because there's so many enemies in there that you have to deal with. I went to the tutorial and kind of started doing the rest, like the kind of beginning of the game. It seems really interesting. Bonus perk to this game: they give you a dash within the first 10 seconds of the game, so you can dash around and get places faster.
I love it.
And I like that.
Yeah.
That's super nice. They give you like little training areas to try out your first spells. They give you about 4 or 5 spells for free, and then you start picking up your. I want to say it's kind of like a super that they first give you, and the first one is like a fan of ice, and so you throw these icicles and like they hit targets in like a radius.
Okay.
I've heard great things about it. I'm very excited to keep trying and playing it more, so I'll definitely have to keep everybody updated on it when I get more time into it. But I did see today an article saying they sold 200,000 copies in the first week, so good for them. It's nice to see an indie game doing well. So
yeah, is this like a 16-bit graphic style or something? What does it look like?
once again, we don't know our bits, but yeah, it's let's go 16-bit. Yeah, it's pixelated, so yeah, it's not like crazy graphics, but it does look good. I like the art style. It's very interesting to say the least.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So maybe it was last week or the week before, I don't know, I mentioned the news article that Steam Link was coming to Android, so you would be able to play your Steam games on your phone. To be clear, you would be streaming your games to your phone. So you're not able to just like, you know, be off on the subway playing games on your phone. You have to be in the same wireless network as your computer. So I was excited about this because, pretty much only because, I want to play Slay the Spire on a mobile device. So like a phone or a Switch, if it could ever come to Switch, that'd be fantastic. But I was like, okay, so this is coming out. I'm going to play it on my phone. It's going to be great. So I download the Steam Link app on my phone, and I open it up, and it's like, hey, you got a Motorola phone. We don't know how it's going to work because, you know,
Oh.
So I guess, you know, probably they've optimized it for Samsungs and I don't know, whatever the popular Android phones are, but not the Motorola. So I was like, well, I'm sure it'll be fine. You know, what could go wrong? And so then I open it up and I'm doing my little testing the internet, and it's like, hey, we don't recommend this with your internet connection. And I'm like, come on, man, what's your problem? It was saying I had a very poor connection, which I don't understand, Cody, because, you know, I play Destiny, I play Overwatch, I play all kinds of stuff on my wireless network. And I don't have any problems. Like,
Yeah.
okay, to be fair, the only time that I have problems, it usually turns out that I'm like downloading lots of things. That time I was having really bad lag in Destiny, turns out I was downloading 4 different things at once. There were 2 updates on my PS4 going, there was a game on my Xbox going, and also I turned on my computer and it was downloading something on Steam. So, you know, when you get that much going on, sure, there's lag, but like that's the only time. Like never do I have any problems in these games. So I don't understand what's so bad about my internet that it cannot function between my cell phone and my computer, like even when they're like right next to each other. So it told me from the get-go I was gonna have problems. Guess what? I had problems. So you open it up and it's pretty much just like your Steam window, and you can say, hey, I want to play this game. And so I opened up Slay the Spire, animated opens, it's playing the music. I turned the music off because I'm like, maybe that'll save some of this whatever's going on here if it doesn't have to do that. But it was just so slow. It would take like 20 or 30 seconds sometimes for it to like register a click. So it was really disappointing. Also, turns out Slay the Spire is gonna need some serious like updates or changes if it comes to mobile, because it's really small, and like being able to like scroll through and see what's on the cards is gonna be difficult at that resolution, because when it's just mimicking the computer screen, it was pretty hard to read a lot of stuff. And then I had to try to like zoom in on the screen, and then like a minute later it would zoom in, and then I'd be like, oh, that's too far, and I'd have to try to zoom it down, and like another minute later it would like zoom down. It was just like, oh, it was heartbreaking. Not really, it was just disappointing. But I don't know, I've heard other people who've had good luck with the Steam Link app, so probably they have better phones and superior internet or Wi-Fi situations. I don't know. But when that didn't work out, I was like, well, I still want to play some Slay the Spire. So I just like sat with my laptop and played some more of that, because that's a really fun game. So,
oh yeah,
I don't know. What are you gonna do? All right. So our last game that we both played recently, we actually streamed it, was H1Z1. The beta came to PS4 just a few days ago, and they were having some server issues the day we played it. I just played some more tonight, and it was doing a lot better. So I think they're getting a lot of stuff under control. But Cody, do you want to give your impressions on this game?
Yeah, so H1Z1 is a battle royale game. It was kind of one of the first ones, like it kind of started the genre, but PUBG came out and PUBG kind of took over, and then Fortnite came out, and Fortnite's kind of taken over. I remember watching some gameplay of it, and I remember it was I remember it being one of those Steam games where people were more excited to open loot boxes and get different colored weapons. Like there's like a pink bicycle helmet or something. I remember being a hot item at one point in the game. I think it's a very interesting battle royale. They have squads of 5 instead of 4. Mm-hmm. It's very different.
I mean, it's slightly different. It's not like huge.
It's kind of okay.
Slightly different.
And then there's no plane dropping you. You just drop in a random location with either your squad or... Apparently, you played solo. I haven't played solo yet. We only played... Sam played solo, and apparently when you play solo, you just get dropped next to people, and it's survival of the fittest. So
pretty much every time I've played solo, it drops me pretty near at least one other person. And it just depends. Either you die right away, or sometimes you both kind of just scatter because you want to stay alive longer. So I've had a couple times like that where, you know, it's been okay. We both just go our separate ways at first. So
it is third person, and if you aim down sights, you go in first person. Some other notable like differences between this and like PUBG and Fortnite is if you are killed, there's no being revived. You're just dead. So that's a very different thing. So it took a second to get used to. I was like, oh, I'm just straight up dead. This sucks.
I said it was very realistic. So I mean, if you get shot,
it's very realistic.
It's fine.
There is team fire, which there's not in Fortnite, so that was a very big adjustment thing to get used to. And vehicles kind of seem to be very like dominating. Like you want to be in a vehicle to get places. Like you don't want to be on foot because someone's gonna run you over with a car.
Well, theoretically, someone's gonna run you over with a car.
Theoretically, if you're Sam, you just kind of breeze past
I
them.
just keep missing them. I keep going in circles. They're shooting at me. I'm just like, so tonight when I was playing, like anytime someone started shooting at me, I'd take one pass at them, and if I missed, I just got the hell out of there. I'm like, I'm not gonna keep with this. They're just gonna keep shooting me. So, but yeah. So one thing I'll say. So one thing that seems very different to me is just the like plentiful nature of everything. Like with PUBG or Fortnite, like, you know, you kind of have to look to find stuff. It's like, oh god, it's like a few minutes in, I still don't have a gun, you know.
Yeah.
There's stuff everywhere, so you can get yourself set up pretty well. And I mean, maybe it's not the guns you want, but there are guns everywhere. There are vehicles everywhere. So there's always stuff that you can get. And then I really don't know how big the map is, because it's just like, I don't have a concept yet, but it seems like this whole game happens a lot faster, definitely, than PUBG, and maybe faster than Fortnite too. Probably, like, it could be bigger, but because of the vehicles, like, you get around more quickly.
Yeah.
But it just seems like, it seems much more action-packed than the other games.
And there doesn't seem to be, like... I feel like there's no, like... In Fortnite and PUBG, there's like a timer before the like gas starts coming. It's just kind of like you just kind of have to hope you notice at the top where it says it.
Yeah.
Because
like,
sometimes I was like, "Where's the gas?" And then next thing I know, like we're almost by it. And I was like, "Oh, just get out of here."
It'll pop up like a brief thing that'll say like gas coming in 60 seconds, and then that'll go away. So like if you didn't see it, you know, you're kind of in trouble. There will be something up by the map that says you need to get to safety if you are outside of the circle beforehand. I do like that on the minimap, and then also on your compass at the top, like cars, supply drops, everything is just like, it's marked with an icon. So it's like, you don't have to, like usually in Fortnite, like I'd go in and like put a little place marker where I wanted to go, but like I can just navigate to things that are already there. So that's handy. I was having a lot of fun with this game. We played, because when the first night we played, solo and the squads were open and duo wasn't open, and we didn't really know why. It's open for me now, and I don't know if that's just because I've played some solo matches and it opened it, or if it was just they did an update and now it's open to everyone. But yeah, I was having fun with the solos. Cody, I had a game earlier tonight. My strategy, just, drive away and hide. So basically what I did for the majority of the game is I just like drove around in this car, and I'd like find a nice spot in the woods and kind of hide a little bit. And then like as the circle was closing in, I'd like reposition. But I spent most of the time in the car hiding. Worked out real well for me. No, I think I got out of the car because I was nervous about it. I got out, I was hiding behind this tree, and I saw this other guy come up in front of me, and he was hiding. He didn't realize there was someone behind him. So I was like, oh, okay, this is good. So most people would like take advantage of that and go shoot him. I was just like, no, I'm just going to stay here, keep an eye on him. It's going to be fine. So then the circle changed. He eventually left. I followed him. We didn't tangle. It was fine. I don't know, I guess there were people fighting. The circle seemed like it was getting really small, but like we were still really spread out. I didn't see a lot of people. I thought there was a guy in this other car, and I was hiding behind a tree, keeping an eye on him. See, the key is hiding. But there wasn't anyone in that car, because I ended up circling around that way. And then I ended up taking that car, because there were people up on this kind of, it's like a rocky hill. So I was like, okay, I guess that's where the circle is. It was super tiny at this point. I'm like, I'm going to drive up there and I guess get into it. I think there were just like 5 or 6 of us left at that point. And so I get up this hill and I'm like, all right, there's stuff going on. I'm going to have to get out and actually do some shooting. So I get out, and my plan is to like hide behind the truck that I just got out of. But this hill is apparently real steep. So as soon as I get out, the car starts going down the hill. So I was like, well, shit. There were 2 other cars up there because these other people were up there. So I run up, and I think these 2 guys over here are kind of fighting with each other, and I'm kind of behind one. So I shoot the one guy in the back, and I get a kill. I was like, oh, yeah. And then me and the guy he was fighting with were fighting with each other, and we were like running around this truck, and I was trying to like do bandages. And then I think the truck exploded, or it like went down the hill or something. Suddenly the truck wasn't there anymore, and he killed me. But I came in 3rd place, and so that was pretty exciting for me. And also, I don't know where the last guy was. I don't know where that guy was hiding. So I don't know.
A bush, hiding in a bush somewhere.
Probably, but I don't know. I had a lot of fun with it. And then the game after that, I got a sniper rifle, and I was super excited about that because I saw these guys in the distance, and so I was shooting at them. But I can't really be sure if one was shooting back at me. It seemed like we were really far away, but maybe he could still hit me. I don't know. Or there could have been somebody else, but somebody was apparently shooting me while I was shooting them. So I got 2 kills with the sniper rifle, but then I died because somebody was shooting me at the same time. So, but it was fun. I mean, I don't know. I like Fortnite a lot, but I've been having fun with this one as well. It's like the more realistic PUBG type experience, but it's not as boring. Like PUBG, it felt like there were always just like really long periods of inaction, and this, it just seems like there's a lot more going on. So I'm having a good time.
I like my time with it. I think it looks a lot better than PUBG.
Yeah.
Like it's got a very, like it just looks kind of better all around. I think I'm kind of battle royale out. Like I think we played Fortnite with somebody who listens to What's Good Games, and I was just kind of like, whatever. Like I don't care if I win or lose. Like, I don't know. Just don't. I guess I played too much Fortnite and I played too much PUBG, and now I'm just like whatever about it. I mean, I had fun when we played. I'll play it again with you,
Yeah.
I'm sure. I don't know. It's kind of ready for the next trend. Can we get there? Can we be done with battle royales now, or probably not? We probably have like 3 more years of those.
You still never tried Darwin Project.
Oh, I need to do that. Maybe that'll change my mind. Maybe I'll be
That's
all about battle
bow and
royales again.
arrows and like your axe, so it's pretty different. I would say
I
it's
do
not
like a
fun.
bow and arrow.
You
Oh,
should
that's
give
one
it
thing
a try.
H1Z1's got going for them. They have crossbows with explosive tips, and I blew up a car. Best moment of the stream.
It's pretty cool.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, I think that is all for what we've been playing. We've been playing a lot, apparently. So let's get into some news. Cody, there's some really interesting news about the Switch. So,
Oh, yes.
the Switch is going to have some cloud streaming games. Specifically, the one that's been in the news a lot is Resident Evil 7. And I didn't understand at first what this meant. But it turns out it'll be like the PlayStation Now type thing, where you don't download the game, you are just playing it online. What do you think about this, Cody?
I think it's very weird. Very, very weird. I understand, like, logistically, this probably costs less money than porting Resident Evil 7 to the Switch, but I feel like, and this is only in Japan, so I feel like they're testing it.
That's true.
So I do wonder, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it would be cheaper to just port it over to the Switch, and the streaming thing is going to cost more money.
I don't know that I understand how porting works, because I would think that in order for you to play it streaming or downloaded, like it would still have to have the same infrastructure. But I guess that's not correct, maybe?
I haven't played Resident Evil 7. I'm getting the kind of
Yet.
gist of it. You use 2 sticks, the 2 triggers, the bumpers, and then your face buttons, right? I feel like they're just going to take that from one of the other games and just slap it on the Switch and hope things line up. Like, I don't think the plus and minus on the Switch will be used at all for anything. So maybe taking a screenshot. Well, no, because there's a button for the screenshot. That's my thought process on this. I did see someone had posted a picture about what the game looked like in-game from streaming while she was on a train in Japan.
Well, you can't. That's not. No, because that's not how it works. She must have been using her phone as like a hotspot, because the thing of it is, you have to be on a stable internet connection to play it. So theoretically, you can't play it on the train if you don't have the internet.
What she did, she had internet on the train, and it actually was running.
I don't think she had good internet on that train.
It
I'm just gonna say
actually
that.
was running pretty well. She said it just looked fuzzy. That's all she said.
Well, I want her fucking internet because that's ridiculous. How does she have that good of internet on the train and I can't play the Steam Link when I'm 1 foot from my computer? That's what I want
think
to know.
Japan has very good internet. I guess I don't know.
Okay. All right.
If they do this for the States, I'd be very interested. I think this is just going to be a Japan thing. I don't think we will see the streaming service here at all. It would make no sense, really.
Okay. Here's what, after I saw that, I was like, wait, when we have the online service for the Switch, right? Mm-hmm. That's going to happen later this year. $20 a year, and you get the games, however many games that, you know, it's the library thing. Are we going to be downloading those games, or are we going to be cloud streaming them? That's what I was like, wait, is that what this is?
That'd be so fucked up if they're gonna want you to stream all these games. Wow. Oh, that's a thing here, Sam. That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, what the hell? Because like,
yeah,
I'm not excited for this. Okay, the other thing I read in this article about it is you're gonna pay $20 to get the cloud streaming of Resident Evil 7, and you're gonna have access to it for 6 months. And after that, you're paying $20 for 6 months of access. Which I was like, huh. Which, I mean, I guess that's better than paying $60 for a new game. Which, it's not new, it's not that much anymore, but whatever. But I was just like, huh. The pros, because I was like, I don't understand the pros of this situation. The pros are you don't have to download it, so it doesn't use up your storage space. I don't remember any other pros. I forget what the other pros were because they were not great. But yeah, my thing.
It's interesting. Like something different. Maybe they're experimenting.
Here's the thing also. As I've told you, I think my internet is fine when I'm playing my multiplayer games online, right? I tried PlayStation Now, which is streaming games, and it was okay, but there was some bad stuff.
How long ago did you try this? Because they recently improved it. Okay, they recently improved it. Because, yeah, that was the big complaint with PS Now was absolute trash, and, like, the games would freeze. But they recently improved it.
All right, well, I don't know if it's better or not. But my experience with streaming was not fantastic, so that's why I'm so negative about this. One of the reasons I'm so negative about this. I don't know.
If they bring it to the States, I think it'll be very interesting to see. I wonder what games we get, and if this is a way for them to, you know, hey, Capcom does not want to, or not Capcom, this is a business does not want to put the money into porting over their game to our system, but they are willing to let us stream the game, and then the people just have to pay a fee for the game. If it works well, like better than PS Now did 6 months ago, if it's actually, you know, if you can actually play the game and not have to deal with like constant desync and stuff like that, I think it'd be a very interesting system. I wonder, like, is this a way that they can bring Monster Hunter World to the Switch, like stuff like that? That'd be cool to see.
I need somebody to explain to me how this works. That like you can play better stuff that wouldn't, without having the port to the Switch, how you can still like play it. I don't understand how it works. So if somebody out there is listening and they understand how it works and can explain to me using small words, I would appreciate that because I don't get it. But that's fine. I don't have to get it. Okay.
So we'll have to wait and see. Could be cool. Could be crazy. They could be trying to make us stream our free 20 games we get, and that's some evil if that's what they're doing. So it's Nintendo. Who knows?
I guess we will see. But we'll have to wait a while to figure that out. Cody, tell us something that is not frustrating news.
So, sorry. So, Friday the 13th got their big update. It's the engine update. It's what we've all been looking for. We got single player challenges.
Woo-hoo.
excited to dive into those. Which announcement next week? I will spend some time. We'll do a deep dive. I'll talk about the challenges, how I feel about them, how I think they stack up to what they talked about. A couple of small things added, like they reworked Jason Part 7 because he was always classified as like the weak Jason. They added new clothes for Part 5 Jason, make it look a little bit better. You can now unlock weapon switching. So say you really like Part 3, but Part 3 has a axe, but you would like the machete. Now you can equip the machete from Part 7 onto Part 3.
Oh, that's
pretty
exciting.
cool.
Yeah.
I've heard some people complain about how you have to unlock it at like a rather high level, so I'll have to get in and see what that's about. But the big thing is they upgraded the engine, so now we are one step closer to dedicated servers, and that is good because once we get dedicated servers, there will be no more hosts left the game, and then you get kicked out, you lose all your XP, lose all your progress on like you were 6 out of 8, and then you just need to kill one more person, and then Tommy Jarvis would spawn. So this is a lot of good news for Friday the 13th. I'm really excited for it. I love that game. I thought it was very fitting that we are recording on a Friday.
Yeah.
It's our 13th episode. We got some Friday the 13th news.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool.
I do need to just go ahead and admit this. For the longest time, when I heard about the single player stuff in Friday the 13th, I assumed you were going to be playing as a counselor and just trying to like escape from stuff. And like the day I finally found out that you're actually playing as Jason, it just like blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, it's going to be amazing because it's going to be kind of like a training camp for me since I'm a really bad Jason. So hopefully the stuff I learn in the single player challenges will help me become a better murderer. That sounds horrible. But
they do have the offline bots where you play as Jason every time, and you can set the difficulty of the bots. So you could also do that. Yes.
That's intriguing.
Yeah. But I like to go in there every now and then and just see how fast I can kill. Yeah.
Yeah. Good to know.
Yeah.
Hey. All right. Well, we'll be looking forward to that. When is our next Friday the 13th? It's like
in June.
Is it June or July? Oh, it is June.
Yes, June.
June, I think so. This will be exciting.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully by that time I'll be a better Jason. I don't know. We'll see.
Wait, now,
is it June
now
or
I need
July?
to Maybe it's July.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's coming up soon, within the next 2 months.
No, it is June. It is June. I see the math.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so it's June.
All right.
So.
Cool. So, next point of news. The Battlefield 5 trailer came out this week. Cody, do you want to have some reactions to that?
Here's the thing with Battlefield and me.
Okay.
I like Battlefield games.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like I'm not very good at them because I feel like I don't contribute enough to the team sometimes. But it's fun to get in there with a group of people and like, you know, you just mess around, you're doing whatever. You're flying airplanes in the bases and no one's dying because airplanes are terrible at killing stuff apparently.
If I'm flying, yeah.
So it's definitely like one of those games where I've kind of decided, me personally, I'm not spending $60 on this. I'll wait for it to go on a sale and I'll pick it up, similar to how I did with Battlefront 2. Because these big games where like it's 64 people on the map and I just feel like I'm not contributing. And I don't like that. I like to feel like I'm contributing to a multiplayer game. So, but this is a really cool trailer. I liked everything I saw. At first, when it started, I thought we were getting, because there's a woman with a mechanical arm, I thought we were going sci-fi Battlefield, and I was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
But yeah, they kind of throw that, it's just World War II, we're going to World War II.
Yeah.
I'm interested in it. It's another Battlefield for me, so.
I also am not a fan of Battlefield, really. I got Battlefield 1 and I played it, and the story campaign missions
those are really good.
were okay, but like their freaking cinematics where they would do stuff, every single one like made me cry because they were just so well done and so emotional. I was like, oh man, so that is something that they do really well. But I never got into the multiplayer. I just don't like that, where there's like so much going on, and it was just like, I always felt like I could never see where the enemy was, but they were shooting me, and I just didn't enjoy it. And then I think my second problem was, I I don't know, I think at some point I put my difficulty back on normal instead of easy, and then I was having a real hard time. Oh, because I wanted to get a trophy or something. I think that's what it was. Oh, no, here's what happened, Cody. Here's what happened. I started playing the game on easy, and I'm like, okay, this is fun, yeah. And then at some point, I think I saw that you don't get a trophy unless you beat it on normal. So I was like, oh, I better play on normal. But I forgot that I'd already started on easy, so I was playing on normal. And it was really hard, and I was having a real hard time, and I was getting very angry. But I think I eventually made it all the way through, and then I didn't get the trophy because I'd played the first part on easy, because I didn't play the whole thing on normal, and then I was really pissed off. But I think if I had just stayed on easy the whole time, I would have had a better time. So that's my backstory on Battlefield. So then I watched this trailer, and I wasn't excited about it. But I saw this woman with her mechanical arm being super badass, and I got really excited because I was like, "Oh my god, there's a woman in Battlefield. This is exciting. Is this like a new thing?" And then I was like, "Wait, no, I'm probably just not into things. Like there've probably been lots of women in it, and it's no big deal." And then the internet starts talking, and apparently it's a real big deal, and like a lot of whiny boys are not happy with a lady being in Battlefield, being on the cover of Battlefield, like any of it. So I'm like, well, fuck those guys. So I'm still not necessarily into Battlefield and like the gameplay, but I like what they're doing and I want to support them. So I'm gonna get this. I'm probably gonna pre-order it just because, you know, it's really cool that they're taking a stand and doing this. And I don't care how many people they piss off because those people are stupid. And for women gamers, it's just like, it's awesome to see a female out there like that. So I like to support it when I can. So that's my take on Battlefield 5.
And if everything Sam just said pissed you off, maybe find a different podcast to listen to. Because, trust me, as a person who loves history, and World War II is one of my favorite periods to learn about, there are a lot of amazing women who served in World War II. For the Red Army, the Russians, if you look up the Night Witches, such an amazing story about these women who were like, they came to Stalin and they were like, listen, you're out of soldiers. You need to let us learn how to fight. And so this one woman taught all these women how to fly planes, and they were called the Night Witches because at night they would come and the Germans were terrified of them. Like, there are songs written about the Night Witches, and it is awesome. So look that up if you need a history lesson. So
yeah, well, and I didn't think about it before, but we're actually releasing this podcast on Monday, which is Memorial Day, so it's time to think back on everyone that we've lost, and also, you know, people that we still have and that we're thankful for. So happy Memorial Day, everybody. So yeah. Oh, well, I didn't notice that, but speaking of Memorial Day and, you know, remembering people, Cody, I think you have something you want to talk about.
Yeah, so this past week we lost Total Biscuit, John Bain. He was a gaming critic and he did a lot of YouTube videos, and he was one of the first YouTubers I ever watched, and I enjoyed he was honest. His other nickname was Cynical Brit because he was very cynical about stuff, and he definitely shaped where the gaming industry is today when it comes to critiques. And I enjoyed his content a lot. And he was battling cancer, and it finally took him, and so that really sucks. We never want to hear that. So we want to, everyone here at Geek Games, we want to extend our heartfelt condolences to his wife and his family. Toby Biscuit was awesome. He made a lot of great YouTube videos that taught me a lot of stuff, and so yeah, he will be missed, and we know he's in a better place though. So yeah.
And I actually never knew who Total Biscuit was or anything like that, but I recently lost my grandmother, and she had been suffering for quite a long time, and so I understand like the pain that people go through with stuff like that. So my condolences to all of his friends and family as well, because that's a horrible situation to go through, and it just really sucks. So, well,
let's bring the mood up.
Yes. So that's sad, but let's try to end on a happy note. So one thing that was announced in the last week or two is the Xbox Adaptive Controller. And what this is it's kind of just a base, really, that can do different things, but then it has so many input jacks that people can just plug in whatever type of peripherals they need to be able to game the way that they need to. And when I read this, it just made me so happy, because it's always great if someone does something to try to help be more inclusive and let more people enjoy the things that they enjoy. So, not everybody can hold a controller the way that, me and Cody do. They can't experience a game the same way. And rather than just being like, well, they're out of luck, Microsoft is taking this step to try to find new ways to help them and let other people play. And it just, I don't know, it just filled my heart with joy that they're doing this, that this is out there. So, Cody, did you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I think this is really awesome. Microsoft worked with the Able Gamers, I think is what they're called.
Yeah.
And Steven Spawn, I follow him on Twitter. He's a really awesome person. He's always about helping people out. And this is a great step forward because, I remember when I was growing through high school, I remember finding a YouTuber. He, I think his name was Cap Gaming. He only had one arm, so to play Call of Duty, he would use his chin and hold the controller like under with one hand, and then use his chin to hit the left bumper so he could aim in on guns. And like I was like, this is incredible. But like, it's nice that like someone like him or other people who have disabilities can now use this controller. And it's also awesome that Able Gamers, they're also helping people if you like don't think you can afford this, but you would like to be able to. They'll work with you. They'll help you get like a payment plan going and stuff like that. So that's really awesome. So
yeah, and if you're interested in learning more about that, I know Stephen and Craig from Able Gamers were just on the latest Spawn on Me podcast, which they were recording live last night. So that should be coming out soon. But yeah, you can catch up with them on that show and hear them talk about it and the process they went through and what this means. So it's just, hey, it's a good thing, and we like to celebrate good things that happen in the world. So I think that's all that we had for today. Was there anything else? I feel like I've missed something.
No, that's it.
No, okay. All right, so just a reminder, next week we'll have our E3 show, and so we'd love to hear your thoughts, your desires, your predictions for what's going to happen there. So for that or for anything else, you can email us at contact@geekheartgames.com. We're on Twitter and Facebook at geekheartgames. We've got the new t-shirts that you can get at geekheartgames.com/shirts. We just wrapped Geek is the New Black, our A Way Out Let's Play. You can watch that on geekheartgames.com/YouTube. And I think we're taking a little bit of a break, but then we'll be back with some more Two Guardians in the near future. So I'm really excited about that. And then for live streaming, we're over at twitch.tv/geekheartgames. We just did our stream for our H1Z1. And then, oh, Cody, I didn't tell you about this, but I was thinking, oh, you timed out? What?
Time out. I'm getting a phone call.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We're timed out. So that we're going back in time. Hold on, I need a time fart. That was not a good fart. Oh my god, that was horrible. All right, I'll try better next time. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this because there might be, well, for the video there will be a cut, so I won't include it on the audio, but for the video I'll have the cut. Sorry guys, we had to cut there. Cody had a phone call, so. Let's get back to it. Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. I was talking about the live streaming. That's over at twitch.tv/geekheartgames. We just had our H1Z1 stream the other day. And Cody, we haven't talked about this, but I was thinking we've got the Divinity Original Sin 2 demo that we could play. And I was thinking that would be fun if we could just get a block of time. We could play together. Maybe we could get Alejandro to play with us. And
yeah, we should have tried that.
Yeah. We can do a stream.
Hey, Alejandro, shout out, man. Thank you for listening to the show. We appreciate you.
Hey, man. Shout out to Barley. He's a good dog. I mean, Alejandro's fine too, but whatever. But yeah, so hopefully we'll have that put together sometime in the near future, or we'll do some other streams too. It's fine. I'm on Twitter at SKSUVAK. Cody.
I'm at Comic Book Cody.
And thank you everyone for watching and or listening. Have a very happy Memorial Day. Cody, take it away. Wait, hold on. Golgoroth, take it away.
We're just two geeks who are games. Do. Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know how your voice goes that deep. That's amazing.
Oh. I can do a lot of voices. Like, it's very...
That wasn't Cody, that was the actual demon. So that was great.
Yeah, Golgoroth. What? What's a Golgoroth? What?
I don't know. That's crazy.
Something about a demona? The demona? Just need to practice my voice. You keep talking.
Okay, so... Oh, you're practicing that voice. Okay, so this will be interesting.
Stop laughing. You're making me laugh.
Hold on. What you should do while you're practicing, because this might be the best outro. Okay, so what you should do is you should mute your mic, take your headphones off so you can't hear me, and then you practice your voice, and I'm gonna like lip sync and like say what I think you're saying and stuff. Okay. Okay. Ooh, I am Golgoroth. I eat babies for breakfast. Well, welcome to my cavern of despair. I will break your bones and grind them into... I still can't hear you. Still can't.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay, that's gonna be great. I have no idea what you were saying.
I could kind of hear you a little bit, and I was like... So...
Golgoroth has a very high-pitched voice, FYI.
Oh, does he? Okay.